Let's now talk about using sub-assemblies in our drawing. And for that, I'll start with the assembly environment. Now in this case, let's go to insert component and I'll insert this cabinet component. It is inside the file cabinet folder. So select and open. Now I'll simply click on this green check mark to insert it at origin. Now I'll insert the drawer channel which we created in the previous example, and I'll insert it with respect to these holes. Now before we do that, we need to make a small modification in that assembly. So I'll simply go to that assembly, which is this one, drawer channel, and I'll double click to open this one. And in this case, this assembly simply opens in one side and on the other side it just stops. Now to identify this thing clearly, I will make one of the faces red, just like this one which I did here. Now in order to just show how I did that, I'll simply go to this display manager and I'll delete this red appearance. So I'll select and remove appearance. Now they both look exactly the same. So I just want to add this red appearance here. For that, I'll go to appearance option and I'll select solid from appearances option. Here we have several other options. Just select appearances, solid, and just choose a color, in this case red, and I'm going to drop it on this face. Now we have several options. Just select face, the first one, and done. Now this appearance is added here. Now this is only to identify it. Once you are done, you can go back to feature tree and save it. Alright, so this assembly is saved and now we will insert it in our drawing. So let's close it and now it's time to insert it. So go to insert component, and now instead of inserting a component, I'm going to insert that complete assembly. So I'll select the drawer channel, which is a collection of 3 components. Select open, and here we are, the assembly is added. Now in this case, this assembly is added and we can see the red face here. So the red face should be here and the other one can go behind this. So that's why I added this red face. So I'll simply orbit this one just to make it properly aligned. And now let's just properly align it with respect to these holes. For that, I'll select this last hole and then I'll orbit this one and I'll select this edge. So control select the edge and now make it concentric. All right, let's repeat it. So I'll select this edge, the outer edge in this case, and I'm going to just select its corresponding one right about here. That's this one. So control select this and that's concentric. All right, so these two are done. Now we just need to make sure that these faces coincide. So I'll select this face and then I'll control select this face and they should be coincident. All right, so this channel is added here properly. Now we'll repeat the same process for this side, but if we try making a copy of this channel from this drawing area, then it will simply make a copy of the component, and we have 3 components, so we just need to make 3 copies. So rather than just doing this manually one by one, I'll simply select the drawer channel from the feature tree. I'll press and hold my control key and drag it out. Now this will create a complete copy of this assembly, this drawer channel assembly, and we have the second instance of this one. All right, so that's done. Now we need to place it again properly. So once again, I'll simply orbit this so that it aligns just like this. And here also, I'll ensure that red face is towards us. All right, now we'll select this edge right here, this outer edge. And now I'll control select this outer edge. And this should be concentric. Done. Now let's do the same for this one. So this outer edge and then control select this outer edge and this should be concentric too. All right, now select this face and then control select this face and just make it coincident. Done. Now these are also placed properly. Let's check these channels if they are working or not. Now right out of the box, they're not going to work. If you try dragging it, it won't, because these assemblies are completely rigid, and in order to make it work, you need to make it flexible. Now to make it flexible, select the assembly and simply select this make subassembly flexible option. You can also select the assembly and then go to properties and select this flexible option from solved as option. Now, once you make it flexible, its icon will change. So this assembly is flexible. As you can see, it has a different icon, and this one is a rigid one, so it has a different icon. If I click OK, its icon will change to this. So now it's a flexible assembly. Now, as this is flexible, if I try moving this channel, it will move out properly. And this channel too. Okay, so now the channel is working properly. Let's insert this channel with respect to the drawer. So we'll add one more component. So let's just collapse this tree and go to insert component, and I'll select this drawer and open. I'll simply add it here, and also I'll orbit this drawing. And I think we just orbited it too much, so I'll just move it like this. There we are. Now we have 3 grooves here, and these 3 grooves should coincide with these 3 grooves here and here. So once again, I'm just going to make it concentric. So I'll select this one, this edge right here, and this should be concentric with this edge. So that's the first one. Also, we have the second one. So select this, and this should be concentric with this one. So concentric. All right. Now let's just move it here, and let's do the same for this side. So here I'll just select this, and I'll make this edge concentric with this one. So in this case, just make sure you're selecting only the edge. Concentric, done. And let's do it one more time, and I'll do it for the second one. So this edge, and then control select this edge and just make it concentric. All right, so that's done. Now we also need to make sure that this and this face, they are both coincident. So I'll select coincident, and we are done. Now this drawer should move with the channel, and yes, it is. So it is moving properly with respect to the channel, but we still have a problem. Just look at this one. It merges completely inside this boundary, and that should not happen in a real world situation. So there should be a gap of 5 units right here. So that's the tiny gap which we need to maintain. Now, in order to add that gap, we just need to fix this channel distance. So in order to fix that distance, all we need to do is just go to this drawer channel. Any one of these two is just fine. So go to that and open that subassembly. Here we are. So the subassembly is open. I'll go to mates, and this was the distance which we applied. So here we added a distance of, let's just go to edit feature and see what was the distance which we applied. So we applied a distance of 0 unit, that was the minimum, and maximum was 380. Let's just change this minimum value to 5. Now we wanted 5 unit outside. All right. So with that 5 unit gap, now this should work. So let's just click OK, and let's just save this one now. So save this and close this. Now this will give you a prompt like this. Do you want to update the assembly? Well, yes. And the assembly is also updated here. So what will happen with this update? If I move it back now, it will stop right here. Well, it looks like it is now ending right where it should. So it is perfectly placed. And that's how you can insert sub-assemblies in your drawing.